Values. Thank you for joining my channel. Welcome to the week of 6th of November, and this particular reading is going to be for your this week, and it's going to be a general reading, so take what resonates and leave the rest for the rest. So let's start with the normal tarot cards. Just so you know, I don't read reversals, so I feel that each of the cards has its own message, and whether it's the light or the dark side, I will tell you as I get it intuitively. To start off the reading with, we have the Star card, which is the major arcana for Aquarius. Then we have the Magician, which is another major arcana for the sign of Gemini. We have the Eight of Swords. So Swords energy is connected with the air signs, which is Libra, Gemini and Aquarius. The bottom of the deck, we have the Chariot, which is the major arcana for Cancer. Now, for the clarifiers, I'm going to use the Light Seers Tarot deck. It's a beautiful deck in case if you would like to explore, do a reading on your own. I would definitely recommend this particular deck. One more. Clarifying the star, we have the Nine of Pentacles. For Magician, we have the World. For Eight of Swords, we have the Ten of Wands. Bottom of the deck, we have the Five of Pentacles. Okay, so let's start with the reading. First, I'm going to talk about these tarot cards that we have. In the end of the reading, I'm going to get these oracle cards as your final messages. Okay. So like I said, the star is the major arcana for Aquarius. Star usually, excuse me, sorry, having a bad throat. But to continue, star is a major arcana for Aquarius, and it has healing properties. It usually means healing, wish fulfillment, and basically if you see this particular woman is pouring the water into this particular well, so basically it signifies that you're watering your consciousness. So this particular time, it seems like it's very auspicious, it's very lucky for you, where you will have something is going to happen this particular week where you'll feel that, you know, you're feeling healed, or you're getting through a lot of healing messages, or messages which is going to make you feel really fulfilled at the end of the thought or at the end of the week. So watch out for these thoughts, the intuitive messages that are flowing to you, because these messages are very important and are tied to the wish fulfillment. So pay attention to these messages that are coming through. So the clarifying the star card, we have the Nine of Pentacles. The Nine of Pentacles energy is correlated with the earth signs, and it's an abundant energy. So at this particular point in this week especially, you're going to feel like you're very abundant, and this is the card of independence as well. So you're going to feel very financially independent, You might even expect the sudden payouts, and suddenly you'll feel like, okay, I am, uh, I am independent, financially independent right now, and you can prioritize the things that you probably would have been putting off for a few months because of the financial crunch, or you haven't been able to allocate the funds for something which is very important. But this particular week, you will be able to feel that abundance around you, and you will be able to allocate your funds. You will come across those that sudden money or that sudden payout, which is going to help you focus on those things that you have been putting off for a while, which is going to make you feel great because you have the star. It's going to make you feel like it's a wish fulfillment. Like, for example, probably you wanted to buy a car from a really long time, but you haven't been able to make the money. So this week you will come across a sudden a sudden amount of money which is going to come as a wish fulfillment for you, and you will be able to get that particular car, which has been your wish for a while now. So there is something which is going to happen, which is going to increase the finances, which is going to stabilize your finances and make you feel like you are very independent and abundant. Okay, so moving on to the next set of cards, we have the Magician energy. The Magician energy talks about, you having all the resources. Like if you see the pictorial here, this particular person has an infinity sign on top of its head and also has all the tools right in front of him, which is the sword energy, the wand energy, the cup energy, the pentacles energy. So he has all the tools with him. Even though it's the sign of Gemini, which is connected to the air sign, it does not just have the sword energy with him, it has the energy of the other signs as well. So you have all the tools right now to achieve whatever that you want, whatever that wish is. So be very mindful of what you're thinking right now or wishing for right now, because it is going to come true. And so instead, what a little tip I'm going to give you is that instead of concentrating on that one particular thing that you want, I would suggest you concentrate on that feeling, that happiness, that fulfillment that you would experience once you possess that thing. So in case, again going back to the example of the car, do not pinpoint, zero in on, don't be too much of hard and fast about which car you want, the model, the price of it, etc. Just concentrate on how that particular car is going to give you back in the long term, when it comes to the mileage, when it comes to a hassle-free experience, right? Because at the end of the day, you won't want to get a car which is very troublesome. Initially, once you get it, you will feel amazing and you will feel wish fulfillment. But later on, if it keeps giving you trouble, then it would not last for a long time. The wish fulfillment feeling, the abundant feeling, would soon turn into a worry and stress. So concentrate, instead of concentrate on the thing itself, concentrate on the feeling that you're going to have, once you get that car into your family, how it is going to serve everyone in your family, how you're going to take trips on it for the longest time, how it is going to be your companion for a really, really long time. So concentrate on those feelings, and once you do that, there is no looking back. You will definitely get that wish. So be mindful about what you ask for, because right now it's a very potent time and anything that you wish for is going to come true. With the Magician, we have another major arcana, which is the World card. The World card signifies the end of a very painful cycle and the start of a brand new beautiful cycle. If you see the imagery, this particular woman here has successfully completed that cycle and is extremely happy right now. So why do you think she is happy once she has completed one cycle? A person is happy is when she or he has gone through a lot of struggle, a lot of learning in the previous cycle. So she is happy not just because it is ended, it is because she has taken in all the wisdom, all the learnings that has come with all the stressful situation that this person has gone through in the past. So you have been, since it's teamed up with Magician, it seems like you have been manifesting for this particular change for a really long time. You wanted this particular cycle to end and there to be a new beginning, a beautiful new beginning, and it's right here. You don't have to wait for it. It's not in the horizon. It is right here for you to take it. So enjoy this change. Enjoy this brand new beginning with a fresh new mindset. Take time to reflect on the previous cycle that you have gone through and see if there are any self-limiting thoughts or any cycles that it was repeating in your life for a really long time. And in case once you go back and look into those situations and how you have dealt with those situations, you will come across with, you will start noticing these small behaviors or blockages that you may have that was making you repeat certain things. So since this is a beautiful, magical, new beginning energy, make sure that you do not start off that energy with those baggages that you have. Though that is done, the cycle is over. So you don't have to worry about anything anymore, and I'm not just saying it, the cards are. And so in order to enjoy this beautiful beginning and for it to last for a really long time, make sure that you are getting rid of all these baggages that you have, all the self-limiting thoughts that you have in order to proceed further. And once you do that, the world is your oyster. There is no stopping you. And the World card also means, apart from it having a new beginning, it can also mean that you might get a chance to travel, take a tour or travel for work and see a new place. Basically getting out of your comfort zone. So in this particular week, while you might not be traveling, but there might be certain talks that comes into the picture which will make sure that you travel in the next coming few months or weeks, whatever be the timeline. But this is a beautiful energy, so bask in this light and joy that you are at this particular point in time, and make sure that you move ahead with a very positive mindset, very healthy mindset, and just keep whatever the past is, whether good or bad, just keep everything in the past because it's done, it's over. You've healed, you're abundant, you are manifesting, visualizing, affirming, you're using all the tools that is there in spirituality, and you're getting that wish fulfillment, that beautiful magical beginning where you're ecstatic. Okay, so moving on, we have the final the last row here. So this is the Eight of Swords. So Eight of Swords is the energy which I was talking about, self-limiting thoughts, where you have swords here means that you have created, these are negative thoughts, and this particular person, if you see, has put swords all around her, and her hands are tied, she has blindfold around her, but this is all in her thought. If you see here, there is no sword here, so she can easily walk out of this space. But once you're in your head too much and you've created too thick of a wall around you, at that time you will see there is no way out. You will not be able to find a way out, but there always is. So make sure that you get out of all the self-limiting thoughts, all the self-doubts that you've been carrying forward from your past, and just move on. Because it is even more clarified by the Ten of Wands here, because Ten of Wands means the end of a tough journey where this person is moving on to a new place, to a new beginning, and there is only beautiful things in front. So the world also talks about an end of a painful end of a cycle and a beginning of a brand new beautiful cycle, where you have 10 of wands as well explaining the same thing. So the previous, like when I said that you should retrospect to think what the self-limiting thoughts that you had before and why the cycle was so tough for you. It is important for you to not get stuck in your mind palace. Get out of it, because whenever you're going into introspection, retrospection, at that time, make sure you first believe that this particular tough cycle is done for you. All you're doing now, the reason why you're going back now to revisit those experiences is not to blame yourself, it's not to blame somebody else, it is to get the learnings out of those situations, to ensure that the next time the same situation or the similar situation happens to you, you're able to handle it with more poise, with wisdom, because now you have experienced it already, and it's up to you to learn that, to gather that knowledge, to gather that wisdom, and ensure that you don't repeat the same cycle. So don't be too much in your head. Go out, have fun, move along. In case if there is any opportunity that comes your way to move, change places, of course, consider the pros and the cons and everything, and then just in case if you feel that the movement is going to give you that beautiful new beginning, and that there is nothing for you to stay back, it's not going to add too much of value, I would suggest just take that movement, just go to that new place, experience that new culture, make new friends, and have fun. Okay, so then we have the bottom of the deck cards here, which is the Chariot. Again, Chariot signifies movement, so there is a very strong sense of movement in these cards. It might not even be physical, it might be your mental movement, the movement of your thought process. From a self-depriving thought, you are moving on to a wish fulfillment thought. So this particular, like if you see here the Five of Pentacles, and with that you have the Chariot. So Five of Pentacles is a card which says that you are out in the cold, this particular person is in this particular room. Five of Pentacles usually means that probably in the last few months or weeks you have been facing a little bit of financial crunch, which has been it's been a worry for you all this time. But there is no being stuck in this energy anymore. There's Chariot. You're moving along from this energy. If you see this girl as well, there is key right here. But she is so into feeling sad for herself that she's not even noticing that the key is right there in order to open the door and get out. So get out of your thoughts. Get out of your negative cycles that is going on in your head. Just move along, just run towards that beautiful start that you have in your future. So finally, to wrap up the reading, we will get the Oracle card for you to see if we have any additional messages, anything that may come out. Okay, one card fell down, which I saw, so I'm going to take it, which is the Shaman Spirit. Trust in the higher forces. I will need two more cards. Okay, one more fell out. The Eagle Spirit, which is see from a higher perspective. Spirit, one more card please, for the sign of Leos for the week of 6th of November. We have the Peacekeeper. Let go of the need to be right. Bottom of the deck, we have the High Priest energy, which is intend and create. So This is very synchronistic to what we were talking right now, because the shaman spirit, trust in the higher forces, is basically reassurance to you that the difficulty is over. All you need to do is trust in the higher force to make sure, to believe that the stars are aligning to your best possible outcome. So all you need to do is keep a very positive spirit, a very positive mindset, and just trust in that universe or the God or any form or the nature, anything that you might believe in. Just trust that everything is working out in your favor. Then we have the see from the eagle spirit, which is see from a higher perspective. So it has come on the magician and the world card. So it basically says, it's like a tip to you. This is a very powerful time where all your manifestation, affirmation and visualizations are going to manifest. So make sure that when you're wishing for something, for the wish fulfillment to happen, you are seeing from a higher perspective. Like we discussed about that example, don't fixate on the particular object. Think about the feeling from a higher perspective, because object is connected with the 3D world, and the feeling is, which you cannot see, is connected to the higher realms. That is energy. Try to concentrate on the energy and the feeling and things that you cannot see but you can only experience. And when you concentrate on that, try to see from a higher perspective to what is going to be beneficial for you in the long term. Okay? Then we have the peacekeeper, which is let go of the need to be right. So it has come on 8 of Swords and 10 of Wands energy. So this particular card signifies that probably a lot of things that is going on in your head, which is the 8 of Swords energy, where you've built a lot, like a boundary or a wall around you. It seems like most of it is coming across from the thought that I'm right and that particular or the other person is wrong. So sometimes what happens is, while you know that you're right about a particular situation, but it's not in our hands to make the other person understand, right? And also we see things from our perspective. We fail to see that while our intention might be true, but have our actions or the words that we have used, could it have hurt the other person or made the other person to believe something, to react in a particular way? So when you're doing all the introspection in order to learn and make sure that you do not repeat those same lessons, which all the same, the black hole or the thought process that you were following before, try to put yourself in the other person's shoes and then try to think about the situation. The learning becomes a lot from a higher perspective, because if we are just thinking about ourselves and from our perspective, we are limiting our thought process. Try to move out of your body, try to move out of your mind, put yourself in the other person's shoes and try to think from their perspective as to how the situation might have played out and what was the outcome. Okay? And while you're doing that, make sure there is no right or wrong. It's just a lesson. It's just something that has happened. So do not concentrate too much on who was right, who was wrong. Just try to see the situation from both the angles, point out the things that did not work well, and try to make sure that any future conversations you have or any future situations where you face the similar problems, you're handling it in a more matured way, with more wisdom. Okay? The bottom of the deck for this card, clarifying these, is the intent and create. So since it's a very magical time for you, and you have been facing some monetary hurdles in the past, probably 5 months or 5 weeks or certain timeline like that is what I'm getting. At that time, make sure while you're manifesting money, at that time you pay attention to the intention. While you're making money or you're having thoughts about making money, at that time the intention matters a lot. So anything that you do, if the intention is too self-serving for yourself alone, then the manifestation, while it can happen, it might take a long time for it to happen. And moreover, you're just limiting your abundance to yourself. Imagine if the intention is to create abundance so that you can share it with the world. At that time, the universe also will have the mindset that in order for you to share it with the world, you need this much instead of this much. For you, you need only this much, but to share it with the world, you need this much. So if you keep the intention right, if you always, your intention or the intention behind your manifestations is to give back, you will see that the manifestations are taking shape in no time. But that's not to fool yourself, but to train your mind to start thinking, to shift your perspective from me, I, to the world, to everything, to every person, every being that is living on this earth. Okay? So that's your reading for this week, Leos. I hope you enjoyed it. In case you liked it, please like, subscribe, and I would love to know more about you in my comments. So feel free to let me know how you're feeling, what you think about the reading, and keep it honest, guys. Thank you. Bye.